Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm
Hey daddy,
You fight with nobody.
this a dollar beat, this a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the bet with
Hey
nobody.
daddy,
BoxingWords.com.
this a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Payday,
BoxingWords.com.
payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to
BoxingWords.com.
go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Let's rock out. It's Saturday morning, and we're here to talk some Canelo Alvarez news. Eddy Hearn is saying that Canelo will decide his May 7th opponent next week. My question to you is, who will it be? Obviously, after listening to the Chris Mannix and Keith Idec podcast, they make a damn good case that Charlo and Benavidez are really the only guys that Canelo can walk away with the same purse that he's accustomed to. Fighting the likes of Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, even Iguana Makabu, isn't going to get you the 30 million plus that Canelo is accustomed to. Do we believe this to be true? Will he make his biggest purse with Charlo? Are Canelo's biggest paydays? That's going to be our poll. Payday with question mark Jermall, Charlo, or is it David Benavidez? And then the last two options, Mr. Dmitry Bivol. Will it be Dmitry? Will Dmitry get a shot? I know that that's what Eddy Hearn wants because he is the promoter of Bivol. Would it be Artur? Could it be Artur Beterbiev? You know, but he's a top-ranked fighter. That's not going to make sense for Eddy. If Eddy had his way, he'll give him John Ryder, probably a Callum Smith rematch, and Dmitry Bivol. Oh, yeah, you got Andre over there. Let's see who's Canelo's best payday is with. Putting that poll out there right now. Yeah, I'm looking for you guys to go ahead and vote on it. Let us know. I want to believe it's Charlo. Everybody is saying it's Charlo, and I think he makes the most sense in Houston, in Dallas, and even in San Antonio. Benavidez makes sense. I don't know that he's commercially as known as Charlo. when Eddy Reynoso asks what has Benavidez done, at least Charlo can answer that. He's beat the champion for his belt, the first one. And then, he's got a common opponent with Canelo in Trout. Then he beat Julian Williams, who later went on to become a unified champion. And, he's got a win over Korobov. He was pretty known in the amateurs. But, there are many different options that Eddy is saying. Obviously, the Ryota Marotta, Gennady Golovkin winner could be an option. But Golovkin would have to move up to 168 according to Eddie Hearn. So, again, Golovkin bringing nothing to the table. He'll be moving up. He'll be moving up. So they both are in the same situation, him and Charlo. It's like they haven't done anything in that division, and they haven't fought in that division. So it could look bad optically for the casual fans. You have, obviously, Makabu is still there. His fight is happening in Ohio this month. But it's like Keith Idec said, it's like, who's really trying to do business with Don King these days? So is Canelo going to do business with Don King? And what network is going to air it? I mean, the way Keith Idec and Chris Mannix made it seem, it's like that's the least interesting fight to all the networks. He's like, PBC's not buying that. DAZN's not buying that. So that's interesting to see if Canelo actually decides to move up the cruiserweight. Will the networks that he's accustomed to working with not want to work with him for this particular fight? I didn't even believe that it would be shunned away this way. I thought it's Canelo. He's attempting to move up to a different division, that it's a dangerous division. The optics of cruiserweight are damn near heavyweight. It's sellable, but they're making it seem like who's paying Canelo $30 million to fight Makabu and on what TV? So I don't know. And, he didn't say who. He said no one. So it's like, has he talked to some network executives already? Has he asked Espinoza, is he interested in the Canelo Makabu fight? Has he talked to Eddie? So it's going to be interesting. I'm telling you, 7 days and we'll find out. We got 75 people joining us live. We've only been live a few minutes, but I would love you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Let's try to get those thumbs up equating to the number of live people watching the episode. And remember, you can do it in the future, present, past. It's always going to help with the visibility of the show. Hashtag we working. Now, obviously, Artur Beterbiev is an option on paper, but again, we found out that the ESPN budget is $90 million. Are they going to be willing to give Canelo 40? What you got to give him to move up 75 now? To move up to 75, what you got to give him now? Because, there's a lot of threat in the Artur Beterbiev fight. ESPN's a big network. Is ESPN going to say yes to this fight and allow Canelo to do it on ESPN pay-per-view and not ESPN Plus pay-per-view, which was one of the many issues that Terrence Crawford had with doing pay-per-view on ESPN? Is it going to be ESPN terrestrial television so that everybody can buy it and know how to buy it and get it easily accessible to them on their televisions? Or is this going to be app-only purchase? Does Canelo care? Is ESPN going to open up the floodgates and allow more money to be thrown at Canelo because they want him to fight on the app, hoping that it draws you to the app. But Artur Beterbiev and Makabu, two options according to Eddy Hearn. Obviously, he's throwing Dmitry Bivol out there as another 175-pound option. He mentioned Gennady Golovkin. Again, if Gennady is able to be successful versus Marotta, he would have to turn around and move up 8 pounds. It would be the first time he's moving up ever in his career. Would he be interested in moving up 8 pounds to face Canelo? Will you be interested in it because it's his first fight and we don't know how he'll perform? Would he be more sluggish? You know? Would he be more sluggish? Is he going to be the same Gennady Golovkin? I'd rather it be Ryota Marotta. I hope he can get the upset win over Golovkin and take Canelo to Japan. You know, have him open up a new market, have him put it on U.S. television, show us what that's like. I don't know that I'll be going to that one. You know, maybe not. I don't know. But it's the same options, according to Eddy, who says that he spoke to Eddy Reynoso, and Eddy Reynoso let him know that they're going to be making a decision by next week. Eddy Reynoso, the trainer of Canelo Alvarez, will be meeting with Canelo, and then they'll decide that next opponent for May 7th. So it's not Cinco de Mayo this year. It will fall on the 7th. But it's still a Canelo date. And, you know, they've been a bit lackluster, those Canelo dates and opponents. And really, you know, we seen how he did so well with the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight. Sold out and over 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. So that just has me think that there's a possibility there for the David Benavidez fight to do well. Obviously, David is not the son of a legend. He doesn't have a name synonymous with the sport. But I believe, you know, the Mexican versus Mexican, the quien es más guapo, who's the toughest, who's the gallo, who's the rooster, that is going to come out in every single Mexican the minute that these two meet or say that they will meet. And it'll become a very, very big fight. Easy to do in Texas. And definitely one of those fights that they can do in Mexico. Gonna be interesting to see, though, if Canelo gives Benavidez a shot. Do the pure Mexicans, right? Do they turn on Benavidez because he's half Ecuadorian, right? Or do they still show him full love and, you know, we got ourselves an all-Mexican war? I don't know. It's going to be interesting because you never know when these fights, you know, start to happening and the build-up, you know, the fandoms get crazy. The fandoms get real crazy. They start to do all types of stuff. Say and do. Say and do all types of stuff, all right? Now, I think that Mr. Makabu is on the lowest. You know, he should be the least of the options. He's the least sexy. I don't know. Where would you do that fight? I know they spoke about the Republic of Congo. It'd be interesting to see, does that really happen? But based off our poll, are Canelo's best paydays with And the option Charlo is 65%, Benavidez 25%, Dimitri Bivol 1%, and Arthur Beterbiev 8%. So this community, this YouTube channel's community definitely wants Jermall Charlo to be the Canelo option. And we got our first super chat of the day, $10 from Nate the Alien. Charlo is the money fight, and in my opinion, he should take it. Just to show everybody he ain't one to play with. Get Charlo out the way, then go chase the legacy. Canelo has the potential that nobody has. Yeah, I mean, he can really do anything he wants. I mean, he's going to be the favorite in the Charlo fight, so if he gets past that, McAboo, Beterbiev, all those guys are still there. You know? All those guys are still there, so I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying. But taking out Charlo, I mean, it's like Floyd said, right? You beat one, they build up the next. So I guess if you take out Charlo, it's not a bad thing because they'll build up Benavidez. I'm just afraid if you take out Charlo, there's that slight possibility that you have no more super fights left. Once you beat Charlo, I mean, the world could decide that's it. You're just too good. You know, I mean, I'm definitely not beating the drum for Andre. Charlo's done more than Andre, and that's not saying much. Obviously, Charlo hasn't done much at 160, but totality, he's done more than Andre. And he's looked better. You know, I mean, when you consider Charlo's last fight with Derevyanchenko, I know the Montiel one wasn't the greatest, but, you know, I think Montiel would beat Luke Keeler. You know, would he beat Liam Williams? I don't know. That's a good fight, actually, Liam Williams and Montiel. I like Liam Williams. He's a little dirty dog, man. He gets down and dirty. And not that I like the dirtiness. I'm just saying, you know, he really goes for it. You know, he's trying at all costs. And, so, you know, you're just drawn to that, I guess. You're drawn to a dog that likes to fight. But, you know, again, it's not about what Charlo's done at 60. It's the totality of his career is better off than Andre's, you know. He's always going to have that Trout and Julian Williams win, and he actually beat the champ for that belt. You know, it ain't the champ you wanted him to beat, but he beat him, you know. He beat him. And that's not the same for Benavidez, right? He won some vacant titles and stuff like that. One of them anyway. I think he beat Darrell maybe for the other. I'm not even sure. Not even sure. Then, Beterbiev, I mean, I guess that's a good fight, like from a can Canelo lose standpoint, but I think that's the least marketable fight. I don't see that fight, you know, him getting the type of money that he thinks because he's going to want money to fight Beterbiev. He's the biggest puncher out of the lot. 16-0, 16 KOs. He's Russian. You get those Rocky, you know, Drago vibes. So I don't know that he's not going to want more than 40. I mean, he got 40 for Plant. He going to look at you like he crazy if you trying to give him 40 for Beterbiev, who's got missiles in his hands. You know, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, man. 7 days, they saying. Next week, we should know who is who and what is what. And it's exciting. You know, I wanted to come on, obviously, Saturday morning and just throw it around. See what you guys think. But I'm leaning with the Keith Idicks of the world, man. You know, these guys have been in the business 20 years. And it's like, yo, he believes it's Charlo. Coppinger believes it's Charlo. They believe Charlo is the most marketable and the one to bring in the most money. And I can see that from a ticket standpoint without a doubt. Without a doubt, you know, Houston, San Antonio, even Dallas, it won't matter. They can fill it up. So it may seem like Charlo is the one that'll bring in the most dollar signs, you know. But again, you know, that's us saying what we know. We don't really know that Russian demographic. Can they make that fight possible somewhere? You know, I know that there's a heavy Ukrainian demographic in that DMV area. That's why they had Loma there. The Russians are usually in the New York City area. In New York, you know, I don't think that New York is back. And then you got to, you know, consider the heavy New York City tax. You know, a lot of these guys like Florida and Vegas because it's, you know, no state tax, you know. So even LA, that's a big, you know, you're getting taxed like 11% out there. So it's definitely something to consider. I just don't know where that heavy Russian demographic is where they can capitalize off of better beef. I don't feel like commercially it'll be received as well as Charlo. I feel like on paper, like the writers, they're going to be like, oh, he's taking on the toughest challenge he could possibly take next. I think people believe that Arthur obviously is a tougher opponent than Charlo. I think that's what people believe. I don't know. I guess that's another poll for another day. If not today, we got Protege. Are you in Milwaukee? But I think he's in Milwaukee. Protege says, "Sup, Ness? Everybody wait for Canelo because y'all can't pave your own way." Shaking my head. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, not everybody wants to get it done on their own. Oh shit, I'm screen sharing the back call. Look at that. You see what we talking about in the back call over there? They talking about Tariq's girlfriend or something like that. Good morning, ladies and gents. We got another super chat. Shout out to Protege, the Fat 20 dub. Looks like, the alien is back. He says, Benavidez' defense is garbage. Canelo will punish the poor kid with counters like he did Chavez Jr. Canelo, what is he saying here? Punish the poor kid like he did with Chavez. Canelo, AI? What did you put there? Let me refresh. Let me check it on the YouTube channel. Might have to get some reading glasses over here one day. Let me see. He says, I guess he meant to put, ain't your typical Mexican fighter. You right about that, champ. You right about that. He definitely ain't your typical Mexican fighter. You know, he picked up from Marquez, though. You know, Marquez, for me, was that first Mexican not to just be, you know, typical Mexican. Like, he used the back foot, he countered, but he had that, you know, in him where he could be drug into this rock'em sock'em fight, just like Morales. And Barrera was easy to, Barrera punched somebody in the fucking press conference, you know what I mean? Like, he was easy to get up under his skin. We got Victor Banuelos. Shout out to Victor, the truck driver. After collecting all the belts at 168, I think Canelo deserves a good tune-up, so he might as well fight Charlo. Damn. Y'all disrespectful, man. Calling my boy Charlo a tune-up. He said he the biggest super middleweight in the world, man. You know it. And he said it. We shall see. I'm going to open up these phone lines, though. open up these phone lines and get to some callers.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Drop that 5-star review. You know, let them know we talking boxing 7 days a week.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
I don't know, Grindhard Sports Nation. He said Marquez was more skilled than Nello. Whoa. That don't even make sense, bro. Like when? Didn't Marquez lose a long time ago to Chris John too? Marquez had problems with boxers, man. Bradley outboxed him easy and almost dropped him. I don't know what you're saying, champ. Like I said, Marquez was just a better Mexican than most, but he still had that Mexican blood, and that's why he would get into wars. That's why he had a fucking 4 fights with Pacquiao. He was good, but he ain't better than Canelo. You tripping. Never been, never will be. That's why he be hating on Canelo, be honest, because he know he Canelo doing shit, like Plant said, unbelievable things. Unbelievable things, man. We going out the Ra in the DMV. What up?
Hey, yo, Ness, I got a boxing question for you, bro.
What up? What up?
Who would you feel? Let's say you from either or city. Just put yourself in that position. Who would you be more proud of holding it down for your city? Shakur Stevenson or Tank for B-More?
I mean, at this moment?
Yep.
I mean, Tank's done more. But Shakur's doing his thing. He went to the Olympics. He got silver. He a 2-division champ. And it's only been, 18, 17 fights? You know what I'm saying? So he's doing his thing, too. I'm proud of either one, whatever city I'm from. I mean, Tank, he's a 2-time champ, multiple division champ. But he's a 2-time champ. You know, he won that belt at 26 from Pedraza. Then he won another belt from Cruz at 30. You know, and then he fought in multiple divisions. I mean, he fighting a dude fucking Thurman about to fight right now. He already knocked him out. So, I could be from either city and rep them dudes. They easy to rep.
I think Shakur might end up. I like Tank as an overall. I think he's the best 135 pounder, but I think Shakur is on a. My eyes is more on Shakur because I think Shakur is going to have a more memorable opponent than Tank soon. If Tank don't leave Floyd.
I mean, that's not necessarily true because I could easily still see Tank getting a Thurman fight, and then it really wouldn't matter what Shakur does for a bunch of years. He gonna have to do.
You really think that Tank gonna fight Thurman, yo?
I really think the Tank could fight Thurman. Yeah, he sparred Porter.
Nah, yeah.
Bruh, he sparred Porter. And I heard stuff.
Nah, yo.
All right.
Nah, yo, that'd be a mockery of the sport,
look at what he did to Red Cat. Look at what he did to Red Catch, and look at what Danny had to. How long Danny took. Look at what happened to Devin Alexander. Look at what happened to Devin Alexander versus Red Catch. Come on, man. Like, y'all sleeping. Y'all sleeping. That dude is truly a tank.
Thurman ain't fight Red Cats, though?
Danny Garcia.
I like Peter, too. That's one of my favorite fighters, too.
Listen to me. Danny Garcia fought Red Catch before all them dudes, right? And it took him some time before he knocked him out. Devin Alexander, who been a welterweight for many, many years, he got stopped or definitely lost to Red Catch. And we seen what Tank did. All I'm saying is you underestimate, and that's all.
I think Shakur Stevenson gonna wind up having a legacy more than Tank. I think he's better on the better road to having a legacy. Because Tank,
I don't agree. I think that they both can carve out a beautiful legacy. You know, Tank is on the right side of the street, so there's all he got to do is ask for it, and it gonna happen, and it's gonna be great things. Anything he can ask for anything. This the same dude. This the same dude used to run around saying, "I want to spar Earl," and now we see he was serious. He was serious. I'm just saying, y'all don't. Yeah, Tank.
Yeah, I'm saying Tank can hang with the best of them, yo. But Floyd is just treating him like a little boy, yo. Like, I mean, Floyd used to keep that shit in Flint, Michigan, yo.
That's what you're saying, but Tank is the biggest fight out of any fighter from 130 to 140, and it's because of Floyd. And he's probably the richest out of all the 135 pounders. I don't see what Floyd is doing. I don't see what Floyd is doing wrong. Nobody else got Leo Santa Cruz and Pedraza, who's a 2-time champion, on their name, and Leo's was at least Leo was at least a 3-time champion.
I'm not gonna go into I'm not impressed with Leo shit. I expected that.
But what name is bigger? What name is bigger? Joet Gonzalez and Jermall Hearn, or is it Pedraza and Leo Santa Cruz? Exactly.
Pedraza, but it ain't but not bigger though. But like Shakur, what Shakur showed in that Hearn fight, that boy ready, y'all. I can't forget New Jersey. You know that song now?
Listen.
On New Jersey Drive, listen to that song on New Jersey Drive.
All I'm saying, if you impress,
that should be Shakur anthem, y'all.
Listen to me. All I'm saying is, if you impressed with Shakur beating his sparring partner, then you should be impressed with Tank beating other sparring partners in other divisions.
I'm saying this. I'm saying this. Shakur might be faster than Tank to me.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, and that's
that
what.
Don't mean.
In that look. You can't deny
mean Tank stronger than him.
Tank is stronger, but I'm saying Shakur is the complete fighter. Shakur is the complete fighter, like Thurman was the complete fighter. Shakur is the complete fighter. He showed you. We're hearing. He showed he could go toe to toe. He got speed. He got power. That boy is scary, yo. And I'm glad they not throwing him to the wolves just yet. Just let him get at least like 25. He ain't gonna be Tank age fighting tomato cans.
How is Tank fighting tomato cans when Thurman about to fight a Tank victim on pay-per-view?
Now see, that's a tune-up for Thurman, because Thurman back. Man. You know what I mean? That's a tune-up for Thurman.
See, you know what I mean? You want to discredit Tank, but you want to say Thurman is all right for Thurman to do it. I gotta go, Rob. I gotta go. And you from Baltimore, man. You hating on Tank. I know what it is. I smell it. But it's all right. Because I don't mind Tank's trajectory, man. Tank is doing all right, especially compared to everybody else. Everybody else right on par. Like, if you want to talk belts, then only a few guys have gotten more belts than him, And that's not a lot. Cambosos and Tio and Loma. Other than that, ain't nothing. One guy in that conversation is like 33. The other one is what, 29? I mean, and Tio might be the youngest out those three. Damn, 816, you dropped off. All right, I was trying to get to you. Looks like we got Big Fish Vega on the back. What up?
Hey, go back to me later. I'm doing a road work.
Uh-oh. He on that road. He out there running. Sound like a treadmill, though. I'm going to Cincinnati.
Hello, ladies.
Anybody that know me know I've been a player, whether it was in Alabama, Ohio, or anywhere around the globe.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I've been smashing Telly Swift's, man. I didn't have to become a millionaire to get that caliber of woman.
One of the people's choices, one of the fans' favorites, a guy that can galvanize this crowd such as myself.
He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
The AJ of trucking. Yep, Brandon in Cincinnati.
SDS Promotions.
Top of the morning, Ness. What's up, bro?
What up?
Yeah, salute to you, man. You like me, working on a Saturday. Grinding, getting it in.
Let's
Fucks
go.
with that. What's next for Canelo? I'm hoping it's Charlo. He can make $40 million again, and I think Charlo, out of all the fights that's been mentioned, is probably the easiest fight. I think he's more beatable than Benavidez, Bivol. Maybe Joe Smith is going to be a little better, but yeah. So for the money and for the risk in the fight, I say Charlo will be the best option. So if I had to guess, I'm saying Jermall Charlo. One person I know what ain't gonna be is Demetrius Andre. That's my call.
Yeah, they ain't even mention. Yo, Eddie ain't even mention him. This is an Eddie article, and he ain't even mentioned Demetrius, man. That's the sad part. We going out to Alabama.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
And it's not going the distance. Either he'll wave the white flag or I'll wave it for him.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
A lot of you live believable lives. It's easy to sit in those seats. It ain't easy to stand up here. Remember that.
Matter of fact, when I smacked his brother in this gym right here, he didn't do anything. All he did was stand there like a big fat pussy.
In your mind, how does that fight go?
With me getting my hand raised.
SDS Promotions.
Hey, good morning. You hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, man. Hey, good morning, Ness, man. Thank you, man, for all the content that you give us, man. But, bro, I mean, for the money purposes, man, that would be the only reason why I probably would believe that Canelo would choose the Charlo. But other than that, man, we all know what will actually happen in the fight, man. It'll be a fucking goddamn slaughter, man. You know, I'm like, man, I just glanced at my YouTube, man, glanced at my phone. I'm like, damn, that's got a show. Then I look at the topic. I'm like, really? And I hear Brandon Maurice, my big dog, talking about this. And I'm like, man, Charlo ain't got nothing for Canelo. Benavidez ain't got nothing for Canelo. Only fight that way, actually, we probably be entertained watching would be Benavidez. Other than that, man, everybody else is like just a C-plus fighter, man.
That ain't a money fight, though. That better be fight ain't a money fight.
Yeah, we know it ain't a money fight.
They ain't gonna be able to pay him what he want for the risk, man. That's a lot of risk. That dude, he's knocked everybody out.
Bro, can they really pay Charlo? Because I've done been to a Charlo fight or two, man.
I mean, think about it.
Them stands be empty as hell, man.
Let me ask you something.
Them stands do be empty. Come on, be real.
All right, Canelo fought Billy Joe and did 70 in Texas. You telling me they not gonna do more than that with Charlo?
Shit, you think Charlo that big of a draw?
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
First of all,
I don't think he can even sell out his own city.
It's the green print from the rip. It's the green print. You got the Mexican versus the black fighter.
Bro, I don't even think
it's boxing.
Bro, he not even the man in his own city, man. So you ain't gonna get me to believe that shit.
That's not true. Chris Brown fucked with both the Charlos heavy.
Oh man, wow, Chris Brown. Okay, cool, man. That's like one celebrity.
I mean, that's a big ass celebrity.
That should look way different, man.
That's a big ass celebrity. Chris Brown, like this generation's.
Man, look, I bet you, man, look, Tank can go anywhere in this damn country and sell out, man. Charlos can't do that, man. Not even in Houston.
And that's cool, but guess what? Gennady was only doing 170,000 pay-per-views, and so was Jacobs. And, you know, but when they got with Canelo, sky was the limit. When they got with Canelo, sky was the limit. And guess what else? When Floyd got with Canelo, he did 2.4 million pay-per-views. That was unheard of back then until he fought McGregor and Pacquiao.
Come on, man. So you telling me they're gonna do multi-million pay-per-views with Charlo and Canelo?
I'm telling you, Canelo is that. He's what you need. Like when it's Canelo versus the right fighter. Think about when the people thought Canelo was gonna lose to Golovkin. They did over 1 million 2 times.
I mean, but to me it doesn't even make sense, man. Because Canelo's out here chasing greatness, man. What does Charlo really have to offer, man? Besides a subpar name. That's how I look at it, man.
No, he offers the elements. He's a champion.
Oh man, just because he's a black fighter, he's okay, man.
Yes,
but he's okay though.
Just because he's a black fighter, absolutely. That's an element that is needed for the Mexican public to get motivated. Absolutely.
God damn, Ness, man. You trying to give me a headache and make me sober up quicker than I wanted to, man. All right.
Man. I'm just keeping it real. We know. Yo, Floyd created it. He called it the green print. Slick black fighter, Mexican fighter. That's it.
Man, but what the hell's slick about Charlo though, man?
What? You seen him in a Derevyanchenko fight?
Man, look, robotic as shit, man.
Nah.
He was struggling, man. Come on, man.
Parrying, catching, shooting. Stop it.
He ain't do none of that parrying shit since J-Rock, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Nah, no, that was just a magnificent parry, and he dropped him with a jab. He dropped him with a jab and an uppercut. That just goes to show when the lion come out, you never know what happened.
Bruh, man, the lion peaked too damn early, man.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah, he been shelved. He been waiting. He been waiting for the right opponent to get him motivated.
Yeah, for the right opponent to get him motivated, but he's fighting life to death for these other opponents. Come on, man. Yeah, Brandon Adams look. Man, come on, man. Brandon Adams even look better than what we all thought.
So you see this is why so many people pull the race card, because when it's Gennady Golovkin, he's taking shot. He letting Willie Monroe hit him.
That still would be a better fight though.
He's letting Daniel Jacobs hit him so that he can look vulnerable. So Canelo takes the fight is what they used to say. But now Charlo's going life and death. He can't be looking vulnerable. So
but who the hell goes to a fight that look like that though, man?
I mean, that's what y'all said about Gennady Golovkin.
Man, they some fucking idiots, man. You going to fight to destroy the opponent you got in front of you, man. Not the goddamn take unwarranted punishment just cause, man. If they ain't the dumbest take I heard, man. Huh?
His own promoter said it, man. K2 Promotions. What's my man's name? Fuck is his name?
Goddamn, man.
I forgot his name. Y'all know his
name. Man, Ness, you should become his promoter. You'll say some smarter shit than that right there, man.
Hey, listen. They said it about Gennady. You know, sometimes you gotta look vulnerable to get the big fight.
Man, who the fuck in this box game looking vulnerable, man? Boy ain't never go out there and look purposely vulnerable, man. Come on, man.
Yo, brother, ask your back call buddies. They all heard it, man. They all heard that was the whole game plan for Gennady. Sanchez used to say,
I love my back call brothers.
If we look too good, they won't give us the fight.
They know I'll never believe that take, man.
All right.
He ain't the goods, man. Yo, anyways, man. Yo, that's my call, Des, man.
He don't gotta be the goods to get the fight, though. That's the whole point. He ain't gotta be the goods to get the fight. He just got to be the right guy to get the fight. And that he is. Again, Benavidez could be. Because we seen what happened with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Canelo. That was an explosion of the fan base. But that dude, you know, he's the son of a legend. So I don't know that Benavidez is going to get the same Julio Cesar Chavez Canelo combination. Is it going to blow up to be that big? I don't know, man. That's asking a lot. That's putting a lot of ambition on David Benavidez that he can match that name. It's that name, man. That name is again, I'm gonna just use synonymous because it is synonymous with boxing, man. Chavez has had over 100 fights, and then his son started fighting both Chavez, Omar, and Julio, and it's a strong possibility that Julio gets this Jake Paul fight. You know. It's just that name. It's that name. So I don't know that Benavidez is going to do 800,000. Right? And I don't know that Charlo's going to do 800,000. I'm just being real. You guys don't believe me, but that's smack. That's smack, man. That's smack. Y'all ain't want to believe it was a smack, but that shit was enough to get people's interest. That shit got people's interest, man. And I don't know that Charlo can replicate that. He's going to have to try somehow. They better be listening to this. They got to try some way, somehow to replicate that. And I don't mean exactly to the T. Don't go out there trying to smack them and ruin the fight. But there has to be something. You got to make them believe That's what Caleb Plant did. That's what Caleb Plant did. He made you believe. I'm telling you. But let me see. I think we got some super chats. First, let's take a look at our poll. Slightly changing. Are Canelo's best paydays with Jermall Charlo still in the lead, but dropped 2% from 65 to 63. Benavidez also drops from, I believe he was 28 to 26. And Dimitri Bivol a 5%. Artur Beterbiev gains a bunch at 7% now. And if you haven't already done so, hit that thumbs up button. I am going to go ahead and push it from 64 to 65. Hit the thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this show in the eyes of other boxing fans, letting them know that we talk boxing every day at the same time, same bat channel, and we got goals to crush. So let's get it. We going out to Super Mex. What's up?
BoxingWords.com.
Moloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingWords.com.
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
Perfect. What up, champ? You working?
Yeah, I'm out here on the road, man.
Let's fucking get it.
Gotta get to the money.
Let's go.
Let me burn a little bit, man, because you really, man, when the show started, I was definitely like for sure it was Jermall Charlo. I thought that was the best idea. But you breaking everything down have actually talked me out of that. Because you brought up a very excellent point. How many more big time super fights are out there? Because, you know, David Benavidez, especially like during the time of the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence fight, was on fire, but he's kind of cooled off. I know in the West he's probably bigger, but here in Texas area, he's not really that big of a name. More people I know Charlo and want the Charlo fight. So based off what you said, man, I've actually, if he can get out of the contract, I think it's Gennady Golovkin. That's a fight that's still sellable to the casual audience. There's a lot of people that still believe that he won the first two fights. And, you know, people are, you know, at the end of the day, pay-per-view audience is the casual audience. And which goes to the problem for all these other guys now, and the fatal flaw that Canelo has made that Mayweather didn't make is Canelo, for whatever everybody wants to say, truthfully was built on Mayweather undercards. You know, during the time of the Pacquiao situation, they also built Canelo to be the next nemesis. That's why they did 2.4 million when they fought. As green as Canelo was, some people would say. There's nobody that's built like that out there, Ness. And these guys are off to the side. They're not fighting each other. They're not building their names. So after Charlo, I don't really see another big name. And I think last year, Billy Joe Saunders putting 70,000 in Cowboy Stadium. I think the post-pandemic life has worn off. Everything's open now. You know, you got to remember the Yildirim fight and the Billy Joe Saunders fight was coming off the heels of COVID. Everything just opened up. I think now you got to deliver with something big. So I would say it's Charlo or Golovkin, but I'm after hearing you, if they can get out of the Murado contract, I think it's Golovkin, man. But that's my call, champ.
All right. Counterpunch. James Benitez.
All right, Ness. I'm a little bit more awake right now, man. Look, man. It damn sure ain't gonna be no Charlo, man. Ain't gonna be no Benavidez, man. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't do no single day mile fight, man. Off of no damn. Well, how they gonna pitch it, man? They're gonna pitch it after the what? Oh man, look how he did Angulo. Look how he did Ellis. Look how he did goddamn Darrell, man. Like, come on, man. That ain't no sell. A fake 2-time champion, man. He don't even deserve that right to be on no single day mile. Charlo. He been born as fuck at 160, man. I'm more interested in the Makabu fight, man. Just keeping it real, especially no cap, man. Especially if you trying to look, man. Canelo just about that fucking money, man. Let's be honest, man. So it's really about, man. Like, look, what can you really sell more to a damn casual fan that never watched boxing? Be like, damn, man. Canelo moving up 2 more weight classes or whatever the fuck. to fight this test right here or another Triple G fight. It's either going to be one of those two right here, man. Y'all need to really just stop wishing on a star, man, because it's this Mexican game plan that, or whatever, that Floyd Mayweather had, man. And besides, man, we need to all stop capping, man. Do we really want to see Jermall Charlo get destroyed, man, by Canelo? We want to just keep on all talking all this hyperbole, saying that, man, what he could do, what he may do, and not actually see it and gets destroyed, man. And that's my call.
Yeah, man. I think they're going to take the right highlights of Charlo bashing Montiel. And I know you might say there's not a lot, and that'll be a nice one-line comeback. But the fact is that when you're editing, you can find shots that he landed on that particular Mexican. And then you can find shots that he landed on the common opponent in Austin Trout. And then you show his amazing defense with Lee Schreiber's voice narrating over it when he's fought Derevyanchenko. And you can sell Jermall Charlo better than anyone because you can't do any of that with Benavidez. He hadn't fought anybody. Those names aren't there, There's actually footage of him being dropped by a lesser opponent. Charlo's never been dropped. You still got the beautiful parry uppercut to knock down the future unified champ, Julian Williams. There's also the jab knockdown of him. They used to use Cotto's jab when he knocked down. Who did he knock down? Was it Joshua Cloudy or Mosley that he knocked down with a jab? They used to use that all the time. And these are things that we do when we're editing and we're trying to promote something, man. We pick the beautifulest moments of that fighter's career and you highlight them. You show the world what he does good. And yeah, I don't even know what you mean how it's not sellable. It's Cinco de Mayo. Like, to have an African-American opponent standing across from him is exactly what they want. You know it and I know it. The next best thing is ¿Quién es más guapo? Which means Mexican versus Mexican. That is the next best thing. And then they get to decide which rooster is better. ¿A quién le van? Aquí está su gallo, is what your old man Canelo says, which means what rooster are you going for? I'm your champion. So I'm just saying, man, I'm just giving you the truth. You don't want to believe it is all good. Let it be Macaboo. I want to see who's going to pay for Macaboo. And I don't mean us. I mean network. Is Al going to get into bed $40 million? Because he's going to want risk money. He's going to be, he's telling you bruh, I started my career at 140 and I'm moving up right now to cruiserweight. I could literally lose. They could knock me out and it could be on your network. But I need to be paid for that. And is Al gonna fucking pay for that? Is the Zone gonna pay for that? Macaboo? Are Americans gonna buy the Zone that month for Macaboo? I don't know, man, but we'll get back to my thoughts in just a minute. We're going out to Jaime in North Carolina.
Yo, what's going on, Nez?
What up?
We out here on our way to work, man. Just wanted to call in, talk about Canelo's next opponent. Honestly, man, I think Charlo would be the best to sell. American fighter, Texas, that'd be great. I think that sells on Cinco de Mayo. Benavidez, that could work, but that's a big, what if. He could probably do, a little better than Saunders did, but I think it's Charlo, man. But like you said, ¿Quién es más guapo? That could sell, in California. But You know, it's a toss-up. And then at 175, you know, that looks good too. But I think it's Charlo, man, if we're being honest.
All right, champ. Well, thank you for calling in, brother. Get to work safe.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of your day. We got a counterpunch from James Benitez, Alabama. Appreciate you. What's up, champ?
Man, y'all niggas need to stop lying to yourself. You talking about Charlo, right, man? He went life and death, man. Same night. Didn't he have the same night do a pay-per-view or whatever the fuck it was with his brother and shit, and damn near died on live air and shit like that? The Korobov, am I correct?
I don't know about him dying. He had a tough fight. Bro. He had a tough fight with a 1 week late notice opponent change from orthodox to southpaw. Like, you tripping?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think I really am tripping, bro. Like I said, man, look, we can edit the film however the fuck we want to, but we saw what we saw, man. And we saw him struggle on that big stage. So what the fuck you think Canelo would do? Do you really want to put him on that big stage, man? And Benavidez, he already said he ain't gonna fight no Mexican fighter. And Benavidez is still a prospect.
Some people rise to the occasion. You just counting them out.
Nah, man, he's a prospect, man. Look, man, if for real, to be honest, man, David Benavidez.
Buster Douglas was never on that level till he was put on that level. Andy Ruiz was never on that level till he was put on that level. Sometimes you got to let people rise to the occasion.
Bro, man, you fucking tripping, man. And you got these callers really believing this shit, man. Look, man, I want David Benavidez to fight like a David Morrell. That's what I want to see right there. And I don't even think he passes that test right there. I think David Morrell probably is the next one up in 168 right there. So that would be a fight, and that would be somebody who I want to see on Canelo's undercard right there. They want to find a new nemesis for Canelo Alvarez in the future. Since somebody brought that up right there, how Mayweather brought Canelo on his undercard all the time back in the day. You know, but Benavidez is a fucking shit fighter, man. You know, he's overhyped like hell, man. But, you know, man, it is what it is, man. And I'm just giving you this bread just to support you, man. You know, it's all love, man. But these guys got some bullshit takes with this Charlo shit, man. It's going to be Macaboo, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. That's the biggest sell. Watch my word. Or it's going to be Triple G.
Tell the truth. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I see Raw Dog, you laughing. It was 1 week notice. Korobov was a last-minute replacement. Why are we acting like that's not true? Like, you guys out here tripping, man. Anything to make Charlos look bad these days, huh? Crazy. It's funny because the article I read, the author don't even like Canelo. He trying to make it seem like he ain't fight nobody good at 68. And he ducked the best fighters, which is David Benavidez and Morrell. When I got to that word in the census, I'm like, how the fuck is Morrell the number 1 and 2, right? Like, how is David Benavidez number 1, Morrell number 2? And Canelo's ducking him. Morrell just got on the scene. He literally just got on the scene. He ain't even got a real belt. Like, when it's Tank, it ain't a real belt. When it's Morrell, Canelo's ducking him. He's number 2, and he's got a belt. It's insane, bruh. Yo, and this the type of hate Floyd used to get. That's how you know when you made it, bro. When you get this level of hatred that a dude with a regular title whose biggest name is Alantez Fox, they're saying you duck. I mean, that's greater than Boots. At least Boots fought Derevyanchenko. He fought Chris Hearn. And who he just fought, Delorme. At least he fought those names. Like, think about that for a second. Morrell's biggest name is Alantez Fox, yo. Terrible. You dudes are terrible, man. It's hilarious, man. Man, they hate Canelo in these streets. We going out to these callers, man. I see Keem in Florida. What up? You available?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
Wait a minute. You say you know boxing? Yeah.
What is it?
Maybe I don't know. Tell me what a full counter is.
Full counter? I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been...
Fair shake. HBO need to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
Yo. What up, man? Good morning. So, man, hold on, man. So, didn't last week you do a show, Reynoso, or a couple days ago, Reynoso said ain't no negotiations with nobody, right? They ain't talking to nobody. Now all of a sudden, we got a fight. We announcing a fight next week.
Well, they ain't say they announcing a fight. They announcing a name, though.
So, what?
They going to decide.
What that mean that they going to give us a name in preparation
I mean, you
for
know
the
how it
Cinco de
is,
Mayo?
though. It's Canelo. Like, he don't got to negotiate. He send you the offer, and you know you taking it.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's cap, man, because you still going to negotiate. People still going to counter offer.
Hey, listen to me.
I'm sure they talking
with you. I'm with you. Hashtag sources. I believe in Mike Coppinger. This other people trying to make Mike Coppinger look bad. This Reynoso trying to be like, damn, why you all in our business? Listen, to me, Charlo ain't on his social media saying biggest super middleweight for no reason. Keith Idec ain't on no other podcast saying that he believes it's Charlo for no reason. Like, come on, man. This Eddy Reynoso trying to clean up shit. Like, damn, this motherfucker putting our business out there.
Sean, if y'all don't listen to Sean Porter's podcast, you should. I encourage everybody to. It's a good podcast. But he said some real shit on there one time. When you don't hear anything, that's when stuff is getting made. When every time we hear about stuff in the news, and fights don't get made. And I just truly believe they've been working with Charlo in that background. Probably why he's staying quiet. They come out, we not talking to nobody, we not doing nothing, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, we announcing an opponent next week.
Canelo was at the Luis Ortiz fight, man.
I think Charlo gonna get that fight, man, and I like it. I do. Listen, man, Canelo struggles with a good jab. That's what Plant had a lot of success with. And who's got a better jab than Big Charlo? That shit is a straight left hand coming down the pipe, bro. That's a power punch. His jab is so heavy and it's sharp. It's accurate. He changes levels with it. He changes speeds with it. It's the best jab in boxing, bro. Like, that's gonna be a great fight, man. I really hope Big Charlo gets that fight. He deserves it. He's undefeated, and yeah, man, I think he's got a real deal shot. He's not the slick black fighter that the Floyd Mayweather type, but he's still slick. He's athletic. He's explosive. He's strong as fuck. And I want to see that fight, man. I got Big Charlo winning the Canelo lottery, bro. But that's all I got, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, man, and he dropped people with that jab, man. The thing is, it's them counters, man. I just deleted that soundbite, but Tank, man. It's easy. Oh, here you go.
And when you in the trenches, it's cool to shoot them bullets. How you gonna defend yourself when them bullets coming back?
You know what I'm saying? And Charlo, he gonna be shooting that jab until he start get countered. Then it's like, hold up. Should I keep popping this jab? I keep getting caught with this overhand right, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep getting countered with that right to the body. Like, yo, Ronnie, what's going on? It's going to be interesting to see if Ronnie brings in a second, too. Every time they get in a big fight, another trainer comes in. Daryl Alexander says, it should be Demetrius versus Charlo. Winner gets Canelo. Stop the cap. Yeah, but that'll never happen, man. That'll never happen. And, people mad at Al for not wanting to do business with Demetrius again. And it's like, he gave him an offer. And the dude went and did whatever he did. You can read up on it. So it's not Al's job to get Demetrius another fight. You know what I'm saying? He's entitled to hold the grudge. Like, you may not like it. It may not be what you want to hear because you want that fight. But as a dude doing business, at the time that Al offered Demetrius that would have been the biggest fight of his career. So, Al could be taking offense. You may not like that, but hey.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Top of the morning, TBV. What's shaking, people?
What up?
You know what I think? I think because from that convention, what was that? A WBC convention a months ago at this point, right? Mm-hmm. When they was announcing the bullshit with Makabu, they started saying very clearly about this whole idea of legacy and, so
With that said, not the fight that I want. I want the Charlo fight like anybody else. That's the fight that I want. I hope that Canelo's recent business with PBC makes that fight more doable and more logical. But kind of the jaded boxing fan in me, the understanding how the business works, man. Part of me feels like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop with Joe Smith this weekend, right? So they can say, hey, we're going to go fight Joe Smith. And maybe they wait it out for Bivol or
But
Better Beef, or then,
if
if
you
you
go
don't.
up to 75, that 68 fight with Charlo is done. And at the end of the day, that's still one of the biggest financial fights out there. You don't want to keep going up too high. Like, if you go up to 75, Canelo's the star. He's not coming back to 68.
I agree.
All right,
and something tells me, though.
And is he going to run away from the money?
Something.
Because, again, Charlo is the one that's going to bring in the money.
Yeah, it's the classic what you want to see. You got the young hip-hop generation. You got Fly Canelo. You got, black versus Mexican, if you want to put that out there. You got the, Texas thing going. Yo, you got a lot of the elements. I think that's the fight to make, but whether it's a knock on Canelo or how he handles his business, I see him eyeing Joe Smith. I just see him eyeing Joe Smith and then trying to say, well, yeah, after Joe Smith, I'll pick Bivol. He stays up there, never fights Better Beef, and then he leaves Charlo and Benavidez and Plant. Try to say, well, Charlo should move up to 68 if he wants a chance of fighting me. So, again, that's my conjecture, and it don't make sense to the person that loves the best fight and wanting to see the best fight the best. I'm just saying that's the bullshit I done seen in boxing, and that's definitely some of the bullshit I could see in that direction with Canelo. I would love for him to take that Charlo fight, but I don't see it happening. Biggest business, I would love for fighters to make that, man, but maybe I'm being pessimistic. Maybe I need to be more positive, right? So fuck it. The Charlo fight, I saw the poll in the chat. That's the fight I want too. I want that fight bad as hell, man. But I don't know if I trust, again, all that talk, if it was Makabu and we're looking for, 6 divisions. They're talking numbers, and sometimes, the numbers of what you're going to make. For some people, they want the numbers of the legacy. They may be looking for all that, first Mexican, blah, blah, blah shit.
Eddy Hearn said it ain't about money for them. I don't believe that.
And that statement leads me to believe we could get a swerve we wouldn't enjoy. But let me be more optimistic, man. Let me tone it down, man. So hopefully they announce it's Charlo. Hopefully they announce it's Charlo, and we see the best Jermall we've ever seen.
If it's Makabu, who's paying for the fight, in your opinion? Because that's what I'm struggling with. If it's Makabu, what TV network is getting into a one-fight deal for Canelo Makabu? He doing one fights, man. He ain't giving nobody no more. He learned the game. Who the fuck is paying for Makabu versus Canelo for one fight deal? Tell me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense to me. Not a chance in the world. But they talking. It's not about the money, and they see that. If they see that as a legacy option, then Joe Smith ain't too far off neither.
Bruh, Joe Smith.
That's unfortunate.
Even Joe Smith, listen, Canelo ain't getting $40 million out of the ESPN $90 million budget to fight Joe Smith on a one-off on ESPN. He gonna have to sign to fight Joe Smith and Better Beef. I bet you that. Man,
Madison Square Garden.
There's
Canelo,
no
Joe
way.
Smith, Madison Square Garden.
There's no way it's a one-off, man. How the fuck is is Joe Smith, old humble ass, gonna do anything that Keller Plant did? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not gonna sell this fight. That fight will not make the $40 million they gotta pay Canelo. There's no fucking way that shit sells 500,000 pay-per-views versus Joe Smith. You crazy. Liam Smith did 325. And he fucking at least spoke.
With a UK audience.
With a UK audience, and at least he spoke. Joe Smith says what? I met him. I've interviewed him. Negative. No way, no how. I love to see it. I'd love to see it, and I'ma still buy it. I'ma contribute to them numbers, but I bet you it don't do 500, man. There's no fucking way. I wish we could do polls like the snap of my fingers to see how many I gotta end this shit to find out how many pay-per-view buys does Joe Smith do versus Canelo. Fuck it, I'm making a poll.
In a perfect world, though, man, either Charlo or Benavidez, man. I ain't going to hold up the line, but in a perfect world, give us that Charlo, give us that Benavidez, and then I can't say how Canelo would do. I can't then say who or what he would pick. Is he going legacy or is he going best, fighting the best? You know, or is it the money? So give us what we want, Canelo, and I'll shut the fuck up gracefully.
All right. Wait, don't go nowhere. I got 4 options. How many numbers should I put? Should I dare put $1 million here? Should I give him the option $1 million?
No. Not in the streaming world. That's not even fair.
You sure? He just did 800 with Caleb Plant.
But I would say match that 8. Match that 8. Match that 800. Make it 800 plus.
So the best is 800. 800 plus. 800 plus. Next option what? 500?
Yes, sir.
500. Do I put 500 plus?
A quarter
plus. Do 250?
Yeah, do 500 plus.
250.
Yep, the next one 250 plus, and then 250 or below.
And then 200 plus. Let me put the K for these guys before they mix it up. All right, that's the 4 options, man. I want to know and don't lie for Canelo, man. Let's give a real answer here, man. Let's give a real answer. I mean, man,
but
go ahead.
Real quick, I ain't know he did 800 plus with Plant, man. That's pretty impressive, man.
Bruh, but Plant smacked him.
In the streaming world.
Plant smacked him. Let's stop acting like Plant ain't do some shit that ain't never been done. And I said it, and I always said it.
That's true.
The A-side never got smacked. A-side never got, fuck. Derek Chisora did it. He didn't give a fuck. He smacked Vitali. He smacked his face. Smacked his ass. But other than that, shit. Nobody done that shit, man. Plant, telling you, man, Plant made people believe with that shit. With the smack and the speech, he won motherfuckers over. That's all you need. Dollar and a dream in America. Listen, I'm going to get to some other callers.
Nah, that's
stick
fact.
around if
That's
you want.
fact.
Let me know when you want back on. Big Gucci Nick, talk to me.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Everybody,
Good morning.
Smash that like button, man. Smash that subscribe button, too. This is the pound for pound best podcast on the planet. You know what it is, man. Yo, Ness, I feel like Charlo's the best fight, man. He does the most pay-per-view, but I feel like with Joe Smith Jr., I feel like Canelo's going to be doing minimum 500K now, man. I feel like he really leveled up being undisputed, and now he's going to be defending all them belts and that undisputed title, man. I don't see him doing less than 500K with anybody, man. And listen,
So he does 500 in your opinion with Joe Smith Jr.?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love Joe Smith Jr., man. It might just be me, but I love that blue-collar type of deal, man. He came up from, like, nothing.
Yeah,
I love what he got going on with
He's a fucking union worker and shit. He cuts trees
man.
for a living or something like that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Joe Smith Jr., man. Real humble, but I get what you're saying, though. He's too humble to be, like, selling the show like
exactly.
Caleb
Caleb sold the shit out that show.
Yeah, but like I said, man, Canelo like really leveled up in his last fight, earning that undisputed title, man. I feel like he ain't doing less than 500K anymore, man.
Shit.
That's my call, man.
In the streaming world, yo, we optimistic out here. They better hope they can still do 500K with Joe Smith Jr. Lord. Oh my! Oh shit! I think Benavidez. My bad. You got another counterpunch, James? Did I go to you twice? I guess that's a yeah. Oh man, yeah. Wow, that was funny. let me get to.
James Payne is my name, partner, how about you? Standing on my property and I'm gonna see about you. If I come out on my porch, I see you chilling in your wheel. Boy, I hope you know somebody better be waiting on the bitch. James Payne, baby, see me pissing on the post. If you're playing basketball, you might see me in the post.
TBV out of audio sound.
Straight.
Top of the morning, once again, you already know what I'm on, man. I'm still on the grind, rolling. So I hope the sound of my truck don't take away from the quality of the call. And you know the best part of waking up, that slogan from the 80s, TBV in my cup. And shout out to the dude that made that famous right here on the Boxing Voice. We'll leave it up in the air. So we talking some more Canelo talk this morning, I see. Who will he pick? Who will the lucky person be? Who gets the Willy Wonka Canelo ticket, man? I've heard it y'all talking about some Joe Smith. Y'all still mentioning the Charlo, maybe some Benavidez. Maybe we can get some mix on mix action on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Man, I really don't know. It really don't matter. Whoever Canelo pick, he gonna slaughter any fucking way. But me personally, I would like to see a Benavidez or a Charlo Pickett, but it seems like you leaning heavy towards Joe Smith. Am I accurate in saying that, or am I wrong?
Not me. That's people out here thinking that Joe Smith is an option. They talking about Canelo could do. I don't even know what was the argument. How many pay-per-views they think he could do? I think he can't even get 500, but I'm wrong. 46%. They gonna buy that shit. They lying. They acting like they gonna buy it. They gonna steal it when that shit come out, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, Canelo is a driving force in this industry, but I say that Caleb helped make those numbers what they was, man.
Of course. That smack was heard around the world, man. People trying to steal that from him, man.
Come on, bro.
Not only was he to the limit, man.
Not only was he a Caucasian opponent, but he was the epitome. But he was the epitome of the American dream. Caleb died. He was the epitome of the American dream. He was the one you could believe in. If you had to have a great white hope, he was the one that you could believe in, man.
Joe Smith got the Rocky story. He's a fucking union worker. He barely speaks, and he got the New York accent. It's like being from Philly. You kidding me?
Who, Joe Smith?
Fuck yeah. He talked
so
like
you read. So you believe in him? So you think that they could duplicate the success? He just got to smack Canelo too. Then what you saying?
No, that's what I'm saying. That he can't. But I'm just letting you know. He got those elements. He from Long Island, man.
Long Island. So the fight take place in New York, then? What you saying?
I ain't saying that. I'm saying that he got the elements to tap into the same demographic that
the blue collar, hard working, dollar in the dream, America, fucking America, Team America shit. You know what I mean? Got trucker hats, snapbacks, and fucking lumberjack shirts.
He got the hard hat, bruh. They gonna put him. They gonna put him in pictures with the hard hat and the little Hazard high yellow vest.
Yo, with the reflective vest, I got mine on right now. I'm in. Let's go. Joe Smith Jr., man. Fuck it. Let's start the campaign. Let's fucking go, man. Saddle him up, goddammit. Let's go, man. Joe Smith Jr., man. Let's start it out. Don't he fight tonight? It was it last night.
Yeah, no, he fights tonight.
All right, hey, yo, Joe Smith Jr., if you're listening or if anybody from his team is listening, if you're listening to the Boxing Voice right now, tonight is his Canelo audition, man. Tonight is his casting couch call, man. You got to show out. You got to show up and show out, man. Get the KO stoppage after the fight. Go ahead, stand in the middle of the ring. Call him out. Say, Canelo, come get this work. You know what I'm saying? Cinco de Mayo, they gonna serve him up. Let's go. Joe Smith Jr. Goddamn, he sound like an NBA player with a name like this.
Check out the YouTube channel right now, bro, and you gonna see who Joe Smith is. He gonna tap into that community.
No, I done seen him fight before, and then he fight on ESPN.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture. I'm telling you. Let me get out to boxing knowledges. What up?
Yo, what up? What up? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hey man, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Oh man,
man, I just want to give my take real quick, man, on this who Canelo picking next, man. Like, I really would like to see the dude really defend his titles, you know what I'm saying, his undisputed championship. Like, I think, guys that win that prestige, I think if it's fighters out here, like, after you get that prestige of undisputed, if it's fights out here that the fans feel like a majority, you know what I'm saying, the fans feel like these are the guys that are really the best in the division, I think he should defend against those guys, you know what I'm saying, and I think he should line them up to where, like, if it's like for his WBC title, defend against Benavidez, the WBA title, defend against David Morrell, you know what I'm saying, if Boo Boo come up, defend your WBO title, you know what I'm saying, so you're taking care of mandatories against fights that fans want to see you fight. And the Charlo fight, he's always there as well. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how these guys don't realize, bro, you're going to get more money. You're going to get more views. You're going to get, more notoriety if you just fight the fans, the payers, the people that's paying your salary are asking you to fight. That's how you'll get more money. Like, you're not going to get the most money fighting Macaboos because people not going to want to pay for that shit. They're going to stream your shit. But if you fight the guys that people want to see you fight, man, people going to tune in. And you can, tax whatever, but at least you giving the fans what they want. They'll pay for that. You know what I'm saying? People show it. We'll pay $100 for Pacquiao Mayweather. No matter when you give it to it, just give it to us. We'll pay for it. So it's the same thing goes for all these other fights today. But these fighters, man, they want to fucking, look for the weaker opposition instead of just doing the right thing by the sport, bro. It's the only sport that do that. You can't even do this shit in basketball or football. You got to fight the best, or you got to play against the best. So with boxing, you should compete against the best. And the best is who the fans say the best is, not who you want to pick. But that's all I want to say, bro.
All right. Champ, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you. Who we got? We got LV Slug. Let me double check here. Keem, let me know. Not Keem, excuse me. I sent you a message. Let me know. I'm going out to LV Slugger.
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Mama.
I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotions.
That's it, right?
LV Slugger.
TBZ.
What up? Yeah, man. Canelo. Let's see, man. I'm not sure, man. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Jermall can get it. I think that is the biggest fight out of all of them. With them like being the same age, around the same weight class, and coming up around the same divisions. You know what I'm saying? We all know what happened with the franchise belt. We've been wanting that fight for a while. So out of all of them, I think that's the biggest fight. I think that's probably his African American nemesis. Triple G is his first nemesis, but I think this is his, African, his black nemesis. You know what I'm saying? Same age, and like I said, coming up in the same division. So that'll be the biggest fight in my opinion. And I'm not sure with Triple G. Triple G got a fight with Murata coming up? So I'm not sure if he gonna get the fight. But
I don't know, man. Supermax has been texting me in the background, and he's like, bro, you don't think that fight is too quiet? Maybe Triple G's trying to get out of it. The Canelo fight is bigger, and Triple G probably could get out of it because of COVID. Like going to Japan right now probably isn't even an option.
Right. So they ain't made no announcement. So that probably could be an option. You know what I'm saying? But like y'all said, y'all really made a case for Joe Smith. Like I said it
before. You know, if he, you know, look explosive tonight, you know what I'm saying, and look good, and like you said, he do got that, you know, that white hope aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? He got that New York accent, like you said, you know, similar to like, you know, how Rocky, you know, that blue collar, you know what I'm saying, coming up. Yeah. You know, so that probably could be big, man. You know, especially coming off that Plant win. You know what I'm saying? So they can probably do that. So he really got an audition tonight if he can do good tonight. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez, you know, all the other names straight, but I just, like I said, I think Jermall, and like you said, we ain't really heard them with Triple G, so that could be an option. You know, that's definitely a big fight. They already done did big pay-per-view numbers, so that definitely could be an option, man. So we'll see, man. McAboo, you know, they can probably do that too, man. But he still don't. He got a fight coming up, so I'm not sure if they gonna still say him.
He fighting Minshew in Ohio.
Right. So you know what I'm saying, he got a fight coming up, so I'm not sure if that's gonna really be the option. But I think Canelo has said before he want to, like, you know, throwback fighter want to fight like how they used to fight all around the world. So I mean, I don't know if they can, if it's money over there in Africa, if they can take it over there or something like that. But it's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? That I'm not really sure on it.
47% say that Canelo does 500,000 plus pay-per-view buys with Joe Smith. Insane. I
think so, man. Like I just with what I just was saying, blue collar, you know, that great white, you know what I'm saying, got that accent, man, that New York accent. You know what I'm saying? I think they really could probably do 500, man. Canelo will start after going undisputed, doing what he did in less than a year. So I mean, I think he really could do 500 with Joe.
But 500 is only 40 million. That ain't even enough.
Okay, yeah.
That ain't enough.
I mean,
they gonna have to charge us $100 for that garbage, man. 500.
But is Joe gonna get as much as Caleb did? Because it's not for undisputed. It's not for undisputed. So is he gonna get, you know, the check like Caleb did?
It don't matter. Canelo got 40 million for Keller. He ain't gonna let you give him less than 40 to move up to another division to fight a puncher. Joe Smith punched B-Hop out the ring. He's a puncher.
I'm just thinking, is Joe gonna get the same as Caleb did? As Caleb did, he might not get as much, so they can probably.
Listen to me. It don't matter what Joe get. We talking about what Canelo get. What you think Canelo get in the fight, Joe Smith? Give me a number.
Off the rip, 40. If he getting 40, that's what he gonna want.
So that's 40 mil. That means he got to sell more than 500, because 500,000 pay-per-view.
They probably can do more though. They probably can build it up. He got that machine. You know how ESPN. That's definitely a big machine over there, man. They can definitely build that fight up.
All I'm saying is
Tyson Fury and Wilder. Two Tyson Fury fights with Wilder.
Joe Smith.
Did good numbers.
How much you paying Joe Smith?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know the numbers on it. You know what I'm saying? But
give him some.
The ESPN has got a big machine over there. They can build that fight up, man.
Bruh,
They can definitely build that fight up.
Give him a number so we could do math. Because 40 million for Canelo, that's 500,000 pay-per-view buys alone.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure, man.
For all you dudes in the back call putting 5 million, don't forget that Derevyanchenko had no belt. He had no belt. And he was being offered 5.5 million and turned it down for Canelo.
Get Joe about 7 or 8.
Billy Joe got 8. Billy Joe got 8, and Billy Joe ain't knock out. Billy Joe did not knock out a legend. That's not gonna be a highlight reel when we're promoting the fight. That's my highlight reel. We're gonna show. We're gonna show me knocking out Bernard Hopkins through the fucking rope. Someone that the whole America knows. No. Stop lying to yourselves. This is a negotiation table.
Know, man.
Don't forget that Daniel Jacobs got 12.5. Don't forget that Sergey Kovalev got 14 mil. We last know that Caleb started negotiating at 10.
I'm saying they might can still do over 500, man, with that machine over there. That they can build that fight up. It probably can touch similar to Caleb playing 800.
They can
build it up, man. They can build that fight
He
up, man. I'm
jumped out
telling you.
there.
Tell
He
Joe
said
Smith's
8.
story
He
on
said
ESPN.
8.
Keep showing it. You know they gonna do them. What they call them episodes they be doing? Man, that shit they can build that shit up, man.
Oh
What's
my
them
God.
episodes? That blood, sweat, and tears.
This exactly what Bud talking about. They ain't do none of that for Bud. They ain't do none of that for Bud. But now you want to believe they gonna do it for Canelo.
They gonna do it for Joe Smith. That's what I'm saying. Joe Smith was top
ESPN
ranked.
start promoting. They start promoting in the last week for any fight. And now you're all right.
They gonna build it up for Joe Smith. That's what I'm saying. He went with top ranked. They gonna build it up.
I gotta get to some other callers. I hear you though. I mean, talk to me. Joe Smith done won these guys over. He done won these guys over. Joe Smith did.
So listen, I'm gonna help us out, right? There's a missing element to this fight too, right? If you talk about that blue collar Long Island, right? And maybe Joe might not be the one to do it, but maybe his pops is the one that say, yeah, you know what? They right? They've been taking our jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
and
my
just get
God!
On some
Stop!
I'm just saying, man. You got to do what you got to do because maybe they not afraid. Maybe Caleb Plant did show them the way, not the blueprint, the white print. He got the white print for them. Who knows, man?
I hear you, champ. I hear you. I just say I can't throw that on his father like that. You just like do that on his father.
I'm saying, let your pops do it. If you don't want the bad blood, let your pops do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I don't know, man. I gotta see that. I can't hope that his father does no shit like that.
No. But look, sins of our father, right? We watch Angel take the hits. We watch Kenny take the hits. We watch, you know what I mean? The fathers take the hits like that. Let the father take the hit, man, and get that check.
Hey, man, listen, that's a plan, I guess. You know.
The white print, baby. The white print. Joe Smith.
Well, all right. I mean, let me get to who is this? Let me double check. I had you pulled up. Fred Robinson, Arizona. What up?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
What's up, man? Man, these callers is wildin', man. They know the only fight out here to make is that Charlo fight, man. Only people asking for Joe Smith and all that other stuff is the nervous energy to keep from say anything to keep Charlo out of that ring with Canelo, man. That boy is well overdue for this fight. You know me, man. I'm always super chatting and coming off as a Canelo hater, man. But if you take this Charlo fight, man, I'll take back every bad thing I ever said, man. Because as a boxer fan, this is what I need. I need this Charlo fight.
Well, all right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my call.
All right. I think this is Steve in Chicago up next. Let me double check, though. Gotta sharpen up again, man. We've been out the chair for a minute. Yeah.
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza. I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingWiz.com.
Steve, what up?
Yo, good morning. You hear me?
Yes, I do. Good morning. Is it
Okay,
cold?
yeah,
Is it cold in Chicago right now? It's gotta be.
Man, it's cold. It snowed last night.
Oh, fuck.
It's all good. But, man, I don't know what these guys are talking. You know, you did a show the other day on Haney, and everybody was calling in, with Cambosis.
Yep.
And everybody was saying how deserving. You know, I every caller, Haney deserves it. Haney deserves it. We're all the people saying that Charlo deserves it. You know, like, I don't get it, man. I don't know why these guys want to see Better Biev or
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith Jr. Yeah, no, man. And if you, I don't know, these dudes talking about white print and all that. Like, who got paid? Caleb got 10, Didn't Jacobs get 12 from what you were saying? So
Yeah.
I look at it like Charlo will sell the fight. I don't care what color, rate, whatever you want to
Kovalev even
debate.
got
But
14. But this the thing. We know that Caleb started his negotiations at 10. We don't know if he got more than that. When we know that was when everything got leaked out.
And I don't. Yeah, he could have. I don't know about numbers anymore. These numbers are so skewed anymore.
That fight made 800,000. So you gotta believe that man got some sort of back end money. Like we've seen contracts where it say like after 300,000 you get X amount of dollars. So like even if this one was written where it's like after 500,000 you get X amount of dollars, he still made 300,000 after 500,000.
Yeah, but you know why he did it. You know why he did it because he had he had Showtime putting it on CBS. He had mainstream appeal. I heard a podcast talking about this. Canelo has been out of the mainstream with being on DAZN.
Yeah, of course.
So you put that fight. I think, and you could say that about Joe Smith with ESPN because they could put that on ABC commercials and that. So either one, it's the machine that drives it. So Charlo, to me, Charlo.
But ESPN would have to do better than they've ever done. They don't promote, and they would have to do better than they've ever done. Canelo would have to Canelo has to be on First Take. He's got to be on Max Boxing. He's got to be on Marquez's show, which would be big because him and Marquez they're in the beef. You know what I mean? So that it's so much that Canelo would need to do to fully take advantage of ESPN that we don't know that he'll do. We don't know that he'll do.
Yeah, but with BBC, with Showtime, or even Fox, those are big machines, so they can advertise it like on the sport. Like I said, with Plant, they were putting it on CBS on football on the weekends. They were having football commercial, during the football. So that's what drives the numbers up. So I honestly, Charlo's the deserving. I don't know who does the best numbers. Charlo will sell the fight. Nobody can debate that. I want to see the Charlo fight.
Well, all
who
right.
could sell that fight better than Charlo? Who could sell that fight better than Charlo? Nobody. Nobody's going to sell that fight like him.
I think that the Charlo fight is the bigger fight, but I don't know that Charlo is selling it. Like Charlo, you need to press his buttons for him to talk slick. He's not Jermall. Jermall is the one that tells you how he feels. That's not Big Charlo, so that's a lie. Like you gotta push Big Charlo. Remember how much shit Julian Williams had to talk. You got to get under Charlo's skin. He's different from the other Charlo. Maybe, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not going to even say my opinion. But he's not Jermall. We all know he's not Jermall. Like, Jermall out here arguing and beefing with everybody. That ain't Big Charlo. Like, Canelo's going to have to do something for Charlo to do something. I just feel that way. I could be wrong, but I'm going to get you some other callers. I got Matt Bent 100, Kansas City. Good morning. Matt Bent 100? This is not you? This is what I get for not double checking? I bet you I'm right. Stop playing. That is you. I guess you're on a Bluetooth that doesn't work. Mad Bent 100. We cannot hear you. Going once. 2 times. Majid. Ohio.
Yeah, for sure. Just called me, bro. My bad, I ain't even been. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, all right. He's busy. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What up?
Nah. Hey, everybody like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. But Yeah, man. I feel like with Canelo, no matter who he fight, he boosting revenues at this point. You know, he filled out the stadium, had a live with Yeardom. He did what he just did with Caleb Plant. You know, so I feel like Charlo and Benavidez would just be money fights because people what that damn PBC ain't giving us nothing but pay-per-views all day. You know, and then I'm like, if he do Joe Smith or anybody about 175, all he got to do is make it about the legacy, you know what I'm saying? And then that shit acceptable because it's another belt from somebody that started at like 140 or 147, whatever it was, you know? So I feel like no matter what he do, even if he was to fight Joe Smith, you know, like those promoters gonna have to figure it out because I know they all want that Canelo payday just like everybody do, you know? So that's my outlook on it, but that's all I got, man.
All right. NO in New Orleans. Actually, are you available? Because I see you like on away mode. I got some super chats to get to. We last stopped on Daryl Alexander. He's back with another one, and he says, that's why Bob is getting sued with his fight blocking self. Good for him. I can't stand that dude. 100 emoji. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. We did do an episode on that, Daryl. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. It's on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart, all those great places to catch podcasts. And right here on YouTube, unfortunately, all those places have ads, but you can get it ad-free on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. We got Mr. Steal Your Chin, who says, if Canelo versus Joe Smith does anything over 500,000 pay-per-view buys, it's not about the best versus the best. It's about who likes you and who doesn't. And Bo and Bama, Don King representative, says, the world is waiting on King and Makabu. January 29th, Warren, Ohio. It will go down. Only in America. Only America. See you in May. Canelo, Viva Mexico. I'm about to say Las Vegas. Viva Mexico with 2 Mexico flags, 1 American flag, another Mexico flag, another American flag. And we all know Bo loves, Don King, so he wants to see him win, man. Big Boy Patek says, imagine Joe Smith getting beat down by Nello and pulls a Rosado. Beck the Bully. KO. He got that durability and power. Yeah, that would be interesting, man. Listen, and that's why Canelo's going to want to get paid more than he got paid for this last fight because it's going to be more dangerous. No matter what skill level you think these guys are, they're bigger naturally. They hit hard. I got Jaguar Paul. Joe Smith Jr. versus Big Charlo at light heavyweight. Who wins? Laugh out loud. I think that, Charlo got more tools, man. Joe Smith, he just started, mastering his craft as he started to get the bigger fights, He's still with a small promoter that takes a big chunk of his money, too. You know what I mean? He's with Joe LaGuardia. And, come on. When's the last person you heard someone say they were Joe LaGuardia? Oops. So I'm just saying, Charlo's been able to master his craft, man. He's been on that owning a gym and being with a trainer one-on-one for a long time. I don't know. I would pick Charlo, but you are right. Joe Smith is naturally the bigger man, and he's still durable like the other guy said, and he does have power. Andrew says, I'm late to the stream. What up with the Charlo talk? Peace. King love the channel. Peace, King. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. We got Counterpunch from LV Slugger. What's up?
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want. Let me start. I started my call off by saying I want Jermall Charlo. That's who I like. That's the biggest fight off the rip. I was just making a case for Joe Smith because of his fight tonight. He gives an explosive knockout over the night. Look good. They can definitely sell that fight over there at ESPN with him, like you say, still working and stuff. They can sell that not just to the to his demographic, but to the all just the average person, man. We out here working every day. You know what I'm saying? Grinding. They gonna see this man boxing and he's still working. I'm telling you, man, they can definitely sell that. And if he look good tonight, man, don't be surprised. But I want Jermall Charlo. That's who I want. Like I said, that's his nemesis from African American nemesis. Same age, coming up around the same division. And like we said, we know what happened at 160 with the franchise. So I definitely want Jermall. They can sell it. It's gonna be in Texas. Huge. It's gonna. I'm telling you, that's the biggest one off the rip. Like you ain't even got to too much sell it. Like that's the big one off the rip. But yeah, that's all I was saying. But Joe Smith, I was just making a case for Joe Smith. But Jermall Charlo, that's who I want. That's my call.
All right, all right. We got Jay Rhodes that says, he says, Joe Smith Jr. gonna say, you know my body. Yo, where is that soundbite? Let me see. I missed that soundbite.
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body.
Shout out to Brandon, man. Brandon, he's a beast, man. Eno, trying you one more time. If not, Paco. And in the meantime, while I wait for those guys to jump on, we got James Benitez with another one. Let me double check here. I think, James, that's most definitely got to be like, what? Oh, that's your first one. Look at that. I'm so used to you super chatting. But he says, Charlo only got one good soundbite, that GGG line. Tell me a time Charlo spills out an event and I'll say you a lie. His fighter workouts be vacant. I said the same thing. It's Jermall that's the he's the one that's going to give you those sound bites. He's the one that's going to, you know what I mean, get shit riled up. Like, he's the one that's taken to the podium and said something, to reporters and everything, addressing them. So, yeah, man. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But Ray the Business, what's up, my friend?
What's up, my man? Mic check.
Mic check. You know your mic sounds right so far.
I mean, the last time it was messing up a bit. You should have checked me on that one.
What can you do?
It's all good, man. But yeah, so I want to, say just a couple things real quick. If we're looking at who Canelo's next opponent's going to be, I would say from the business standpoint, it should probably be Charlo, right? For all the reasons that everyone's already brought up. It brings in the most money. We got the green print, the Tex-Mex, all that stuff. But for the sport, I don't agree that it's the best fight because it sends a clear message to everyone else in the sport that you can not even fight in the division. You could fight, fights that nobody asked for at 160 and still win the lottery, right? So what is everyone else in boxing going to do? Same thing. Why are you going to take those risks when the reward, you don't have to take those risks for it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it for that, but I have to admit, if it happens, of course I'm buying it. And I think it does the most numbers and the best business, for a few reasons. Now, you guys were talking about the pay-per-views, right? Something that on this show...
For Joe Smith.
Yeah, so check this out. Canelo, first of all, he's going to be riding the hype train that he's the undisputed. He just won that Plant fight. He's going to be rolling that into his next fight, right? If ESPN can, let's say it's a Joe Smith fight, for example. If ESPN can promote it correctly, which a lot of these boxing pay-per-views recently have not been promoted correctly. I think we can all agree on that. If they promote it correctly, they show Joe Smith versus Bernard Hopkins, all the old heads go, "Oh, damn, this guy fought Bernard," because they don't know, and that was so long ago. Maybe they forgot. Oh, damn, he knocked him out of the ring. Stuff like that. If the machine moves the way that it should be. Now the biggest question is going to be: are we going to have an issue like Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter? Because it's going to be on ESPN Plus behind that paywall, and are boxing fans going to be familiar with that paywall?
I don't think Canelo would allow that. I don't think Canelo would sign for that fight. It'll have to be. That's what I'm saying. If it's on regular ESPN pay-per-view, then yeah, I don't think that he would allow for the fight to be on ESPN Plus only.
But all ESPN pay-per-views go through ESPN Plus now.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't, and that's why I don't.
So yeah, they would have to make a special rule.
This is an option. That's why I don't think this is an option.
Yeah, but for a fight like Canelo, they can make a special rule. But as far as the numbers go, right, we're talking about him and Plant only did 800, or at least it did 800. But nobody talks about the fact that that fight was on the same night as the biggest hyped up UFC card, and there's a lot of fans like myself who are hardcore fans of both sports, mixed martial arts and boxing. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of them that, lean one direction. Maybe they're not really a Canelo fan, so they watch those. I have friends that are hardcore boxing fans, but they went to Madison Square Garden to go to that UFC fight because it was such a hyped up big card. Now, that one did 750 pay-per-views. You take those fans that fight doesn't... I mean, even Dana White was watching it. So if that fight wasn't going on in Madison Square Garden, that Canelo Plant easily does 1 million. Easily. So we have to take that into consideration when we think about his next fight, that 800,000 wasn't an accurate representation of Canelo's selling power to the fullest.
Interesting take.
And I think him versus Joe Smith, I mean, easily does, if they promote it right, easily does over 500. But I don't think that's...
If they promote it right, that's a funny phrase, because when's the last promotion that been right? I mean, Plant did that with the slap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really were able to squeeze all the juice out of the build-up with that one. And, I feel like if Canelo's on the table, they're going to bring out all the tools, and squeeze all the juice out of whatever build-up there is, whatever they can get. But I feel like some of these promoters, like y'all were talking a few weeks back about how Mayweather just, it's as if he doesn't even have a promotional company. This guy's not doing anything with his promotion. So, we have to see what's going on with that. But I don't even think that's the move to, like you said, he'd have to fight, at least sign a 2-fight deal. And if he's going to do that at light heavyweight, then they need to collect another one of the Dragon Balls over on that side. One of those two need to fight Bivol, get that strap over, so Canelo can have an easier road.
Bivol, man. If believe me, if Canelo starts collecting belts at 75, Bivol's fighting only DAZN fighters. No way Eddie's giving up a piece.
So does that mean Canelo would fight Bivol first and then sign the deal with ESPN? How do you think that will go down?
I don't know. I don't think ESPN's an option, man. It's for the reasons you said. There's no way he's doing a pay-per-view on an app.
Yeah, well, I mean, for Canelo, because Canelo is the king of boxing, right? It's, undisputed. He's the king of boxing. For that, if he says, hey, I'm not doing it on the app, then they have to make some sort of rule or adjust the app and say, okay, you don't have to be subscribed to the service in order to buy the pay-per-view. You just have to download the app.
I'm not as sold as all of you guys. I think Charlo makes the most business sense. That's who it's going to be. I'm not sold on all these other guys and the machine. The machine ain't been out in a long time. Caleb Plant did what he did. The machine ain't been out in a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, looking forward into the future, we're talking about, he's looking to unify at 175. So whether that's now, at the end of the year, the beginning of 2023, those are options that we're in discussions we're going to have.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like if you move up to 75, that Charlo fight is done.
Agreed. Absolutely.
'Cause
Yeah,
now-
because
now-
it
you
really
know.
doesn't even make sense right now, but it can happen.
No, you move up to 75, Charlo's done. I mean, don't get me wrong, they both the same age. I guess he could look at it like, yo, Charlo could keep moving up, but at some point or another, Charlo got to just throw his hands up in the air and be like, man, fuck it, man.
Yeah, but it's for me, for my first point was, it's just this guy Charlo. You got Benavidez calling you out, Plant calling you out, and then you're talking about, oh, you need to fight me at a catch weight. But when the Canelo lottery comes around, oh, I'm the best super middleweight. And to reward that, I don't like it. But I guess I'm a hypocrite because I'm buying the fight, and I think it does the best business.
No problem. Listen, Riff King, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. When I say Plant did that, I mean Plant spiked the numbers because of the slap, man. That wasn't an ordinary buildup. That goes back to Mayweather Victor Ortiz where he choked him, Broner Eloy Perez where he choked him. You know what I'm saying? Barrera Morales where he punched him. Like, stop acting like this is normal. And all of those things that I mentioned, the A side never got hit, man. The A side did the hitting, except for
it was a slap heard around the world.
Yeah, except for obviously Chisora. Chisora, he fucking smacked Vitali. Like, why people acting like that was nothing, bro? Like, we talking about Canelo fucking Alvarez, bro. Everybody knows Canelo. All casual fans know Canelo. You don't think that slap was all over the world? Y'all tripping so hard. It's hilarious. It's funny.
Yeah, and that's something that I was talking about with the MMA side. All MMA media that I listen to as well, like the boxing voice, but MMA, they were all talking about the slap. They were like, man, you see Canelo slap Plant? You see Canelo slap Plant? Bro, I'm telling you, if that UFC fight, the biggest fight that they had all year, wasn't on that night, everyone would have been tuned into that Canelo fight. Guaranteed.
See, I don't know nothing about UFC. I didn't even know there was a fight on that night. That's how oblivious I am to the UFC. But
I'm here.
I believe everything you're saying about them talking about the slap because that shit, that shit is unheard of. People don't do it. It's just that fun. It's that simple. But I got Juan in the BX. Are you talking or you just listening, my friend?
I'm listening. What's good, bro? I'm just listening.
All right, champ. Well, one more time I'm trying Kansas City, Matt Bent. What up? Was you working at the time?
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
All right. Number one, I want to hear. It's Charlo. It's not Charlo.
Charlo.
His name is Charlo.
Charlo.
Yes, he told us how to pronounce his name. It's Charlo because it's French. I want to see the Charlo fight against Canelo. Because Canelo dropped him at 160 and became franchise. Do I think Jermall would win based on the last fight between both? No, but I think he needs to get that fight with Canelo. Makes the most sense. That's my call. Please.
All right. We ended that poll. It basically said that Joe Smith would do 500 plus, 46%. That's an overwhelming favorite. I would do another one for Charlo, but that'll be for another show, for another day. I want to thank you guys for joining. Let me double check on these super chats, make sure I ain't leave no man behind, and I did. We got Big Fish Vega that says, whatever happened to Joe Smith fight week? Haha, exactly. Now Joe Smith is a name because he about to get a Canelo payday. Where that shit at?
Payday. You want payday? I know that.
We got James Benitez. He says Twin Charlo's event did less than 75,000. Not a draw. I thought it was 130 or 120. I don't know, but You know, and that was only the reported number. You know how this is. You know how this works. You know how this works. All right, so that is everybody. Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me on the next one. We might do a live fight chat for this Joe Smith fight. I don't know. I'm having dinner with my parents, so hopefully Joe Smith doesn't fight at 7 o'clock. Right? Hopefully they treat him like a real A-side. But yeah, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me on the next one. Arrivederci.